To understand Abraham Maslow's monumental contributions to psychology, it's important to understand the personal experiences and historical context that shaped his thinking. Maslow was born on April 1st, 1908, in New York, and was the first of seven children. His parents were Russian Jewish immigrants, and his relationship with them was not the best, to say the least. Maslow had a difficult and unhappy childhood, and it's clear now that Maslow felt emotionally neglected as a child, which contributed to feelings of inadequacy and loneliness throughout his life. Growing up, Maslow also faced anti Semitism. He described himself during his first 20 years as shy, nervous, depressed, lonely, and self reflecting. He had few friends growing up and often felt like an outsider. Because of this, Maslow turned his focus to academics. He was an academic achiever and went on to study psychology at the University of Wisconsin-Madison, where he eventually earned his PhD. It was also during this time that Maslow also married his cousin Bertha Goodman, with whom he had a long-lasting relationship and eventually raised a family. Maslow's upbringing and personal experiences of isolation and neglect played a significant role in shaping his theories, especially in regards to human motivation and self-actualization. Maslow's theory emerged in the 1940s and 50s, a time when behaviorism and psychoanalysis were the dominant schools of thought in psychology. His approach, known as humanistic psychology, marked a significant shift from these theories. Rather than focusing on the negative aspects of human behavior, Maslow emphasized self actualization and the potential for human growth. Maslow was initially fascinated by the work of John B. Watson and his ideas of behaviorism, and even concentrated on behaviorism research with dogs and apes in his early career. However, although this start was important for Maslow's thought development, he later moved away from behaviorism and started to seek a more positive view of human nature. One major influence on Maslow was his colleague Carl Rogers. They both rejected the deterministic views of human behavior and instead focused on human free will and self determination. And today, Maslow and Rogers are considered the founders of the very influential and groundbreaking force of psychology known as humanistic psychology. Later on down this new humanistic psychology path, Maslow outlined his thoughts and wrote a book called Toward a Psychology of Being, published in 1968, which was a novel work in its time and for humanistic psychology, exploring the possibilities of human growth and the innate desire to fulfill one's potential, and of course, the concept of self actualization. Maslow's work was heavily influenced by the socio political climate of post World War II America. The devastating effects of the war deeply impacted his view of humanity and the urgency of improving human life. These effects played a crucial role in shaping his theories, driving him to believe that improving human life and well being was of the utmost importance. Before the war, Maslow was still heavily influenced by psychoanalytic theory, believing that the study of pathology would offer the most insight into human nature. However, after the war, Maslow adopted the opposite view, and he shifted focus to studying healthy and more self actualized individuals, seeing individuals at their best rather than at their worst. Due to the social and political climate at the time, most notably the profound impact of the war, Maslow also became interested in peak experiences, which are intense, transformative moments that can help people achieve self actualization. Such experiences, including moments of overcoming adversity, as in World War II, were key to personal growth and self actualization. Unlike previously accepted psychological theories, Maslow rejected the idea that behavior is predetermined by the environment or unconscious forces. Instead, he believed that humans are inherently good, capable of making good choices, and have unlimited potential for growth and development. Maslow is best known for his hierarchy of needs, which suggested that people have a series of needs that must be met in a specific order. The needs that must be met first are basic physiological needs, followed by safety, love and belonging, esteem, and at the very top, self actualization, which in essence is the realization of one's full potential, something that not many people are able to reach. Furthermore, self actualizing individuals, by definition already gratified in their basic needs, are now motivated in higher ways, called meta motivations, which are forces beyond basic needs, which actualized individuals use to explore and reach their full human potential. This is not all that Maslow was known for. His theories were a cornerstone of modern humanistic psychology. According to Maslow, the other previously accepted psychological theories focused too heavily on the negative aspect of human nature, of which Maslow criticized. As Maslow put it, research psychology thus far revealed much about human weaknesses, but very little about human virtues, potential, or their highest aspirations. With his claim, Maslow truly revolutionized the field of psychology and argued for a more balanced and holistic approach to understanding human beings, one that recognized the importance of the positive aspects of human nature and not just the negative ones. He also made a significant contribution to psychotherapy, arguing that traditional psychotherapy was too limited and was only used to eliminate symptoms and fix problems in clients. Maslow expanded this narrow view into a more holistic one, advocating that therapy should be used more as a technique for fostering growth and general improvement of the human being, encouraging individuals to reach their fullest potential through self actualization. Later in his career, Maslow expanded his hierarchy of needs to include self transcendence, a level beyond self actualization. This concept emphasized that true fulfillment doesn't just come from personal development, but from contributing to something greater than oneself, fully encapsulating the ultimate potential of human nature. Maslow's hierarchy of needs has faced criticism for being overly simplistic and not universally applicable. Critics like Waba and Bridwell argued that there is limited evidence supporting the strict order of the hierarchy. Hofstede took this criticism further, claiming that Maslow's hierarchy is ethnocentric, rooted in values specific to mid 20th century individualistic American society, and doesn't appropriately account for cultural differences. In regards to the current usage of Maslow's theories, his emphasis on human potential, personal growth, and intrinsic motivation has deeply influenced modern psychology and psychotherapy today. Martin Seligman, the founder of positive psychology, mentioned Maslow's profound influence on positive psychology and its therapeutic techniques, stating that Maslow and Rogers, quote, deserve to be set center stage within positive psychology, end quote. In regards to Maslow's contributions to psychotherapy today, cognitive behavioral therapy has integrated Maslow's concepts by focusing not just on the client's distress, but on enhancing well being and encouraging the development of a growth mindset, all of which aligns with Maslow's vision of self actualization, emphasizing potential rather than just fixing the client's current issues. Similarly, person centered therapy mirrors Maslow's belief in the human drive towards self actualization, in that person centered therapy encourages clients to be authentic, maximize their potential, and become the best version of themselves. This approach supports the client's autonomy, empowering them to achieve personal fulfillment with a growth oriented and holistic mindset, much like Maslow's vision of a more holistic psychotherapy.